supported by INSAI and powered by AfriCell.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy, supported by INSAI and powered by AfriCell.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
From studios in New Englandville, good morning and welcome to the first edition of the program, Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today on Monday, February 3, 2020, we where they bring this Monday edition of the program come to you. Mina Asma James.
And Mina Khadija Bangura, good morning. Inside the program this Monday morning, as the regional commander for the Freetown West, AIG Ambu Sovola say, police don't arrest 3 people where Isebi attacked the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs in over the weekend. Campaign for Good Governance don't condemn the shoot where the Deputy Minister in Security shoot 1 person. 3 experts them report show say, na the fire where one Christmas been put na cotton tree last week be make fire catch na the cotton tree. An ECOWAS court go look inside the case where the Ebola survivor them get against the Salon government Thursday, February 6 this year.
This and plenty story them the inside the program, plus Radio Democracy investigates the Kiama Road Hospital for see how it on the work, and we will bring that report taken to you. Work about on a part of the program. You will listen to the program, can be part of the program through your text message to the AfriCell number 077-981-981. You can also go now with Radio Democracy Facebook page and drop your comment there on any of the issue them where we discuss this morning. The program na Good Morning Salon, and it come to you from 98.1 FM. And so now from a headline this morning, ECOWAS go look inside the Ebola survivor then case we then get against the government of Salon, where this sitting will be Thursday, February 6 this year. Now the program for Kai we talk about this and waiting on the happen as the court to the first and this day they sit. We want to welcome Ibrahim Tommy, we then are the plaintiff as Carl and 2 female Ebola survivor then we take the government of Salon go ECOWAS court. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Esma.
All right, we will come back to you. The program now Good Morning Salon, and it come to you from 98.1 FM.
Send message on the number 077-981-981. Add your voice comment on any of the issues them where they can discuss inside the program this morning. Or if they watch me live now on Facebook streaming, drop your comment on the issues them where they talk about now the program. We continue with the program, and the first issue we'll go look at this morning inside the program. After we don't commission 47 midwife and nurse them where MSF send for go study in Ghana for 2 years. The Minister of Health and Sanitation, Professor Alpha Tiwu, don't say government go register and give PIN code to about 4,000 well-body workmen them all over the country inside this year. Alex Lawrence Koma Bidena Kenima, outside this graduation ceremony take place, and he go now report.
Solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession.
Na so but 47 nurse and midwife them wey Medicine Sans Frontier MSF be support for go train for 2 years na Ghana. We don't come back na the country for work na Kenema district. But they take the oath of office as them go begin for do them work na the district. Now over 40 years now, where MSF begin work na Salon and then focus na for support emergency health crisis. But from that time day to now, MSF don't they move to capacity building and health management in the country. Now this make MSF been decide for send but 50 well-body workmen them na Ghana, who sign at 47 be able for complete the cause. Samuel Theodore, the MSF country representative na Salon, he say from where they beginning operation at the country, they don't get support from the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, and this partnership is say go continue.
Since 1986, MSF grew progressively in its activities, in its contribution to Sierra Leone and to the people of Sierra Leone, and most importantly for the Ministry of Health we didn't do it alone. If we have achieved something in this country in the past years, it's largely also because we have to attribute this to the collaboration we have from the Ministry of Health and from the authorities in Sierra Leone. MSF, we have a hospital here in Kenema, in Hanga. This hospital has been built with multiple priorities and objectives, and this hospital is built to work in collaboration and support from and with the district health management team. We have been here for a long time. We will be here for a considerable amount of time. And one of the priorities and objectives for this hospital is to develop the human resource for health. And this graduates from Ghana, where the first steps for that priority and ambition we have for MSF in this country.
Metron Mary Mamako Fula, now the chief nursing officer at the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. It will assure the nurse and midwife them say government will give pin code to the 47 nurse and midwife them where MSF don't train.
We employ you all to give your best and to maintain standards. I know Ghana. You went to Ghana and they appreciated your efforts and your experiences and your willingness to learn. You have been trained by MSF in our sister country, Ghana, but you are still government nurses and midwives. You belong to Ministry of Health and Sanitation. For that reason, you will be registered. We give you the registrar is here. She will give you license to practice. Therefore, you have to go by our code of ethics. And remember, as civil servants, nurses in Sierra Leone, we are civil servants.
Where it talk for officially commission the 47 nurse and midwife them. The Minister of Health and Sanitation, Professor Alpha Uri, been tell thank you to MSF for the support where they know they give to the health sector and say the 47 midwife and nurse them go help for push well body business na Kenema district. We make it say government they plan now for employ about 4,000 well body workmen them all over the country inside the Sierra.
The CNMO has clearly indicated that you are going to be registered. He has also expressed that you are going to be licensed as well. Currently, government is employing 4,000 health personnel, 4,000, of which all midwives would be employed, all SRN, all CHOs, all pharmacists, degree in pharmacy and pharmacy technicians as well, and 2,500 SECHS. Well, this is the year of the nurse. This is the year of the midwife. Remember, His Excellency the President has already accepted for us to have location allowance, which indicates that as you sign the register, as you get the PIN code, you would also be given immediately the location allowance. Please allow yourselves to be located.
I've been talking to some party people them we benefit from this training and let me tell me what's the experience.
Mina Francis go claim Masakoi. I go train midwifery, registered midwifery. Mina be SSHN, State and Rural Community Health Nurse. I experience a lot. I go get experiences like focus antenatal care. Very important for belle woman. When they go to the hospital or clinic, the facility, they go meet tuna day. Something in the way then they do yanda, what we know they do now. Like when belle woman they go to hospital, where in foot swell. Sometimes so they name say na boy picky they can born. Where it get some other thing they be na, we very bad for the belle woman. Then some boku thing in the way we actually go through. We really good for it. Always say I go learn and they can do and back and apply and back from the community, from midwife, from belle woman.
My name is Maurice Fumba. I'm a registered general nurse. Some of us who go Ghana will not be nothing about computer, but with the computer skills and nursing informatics, we'll be able to navigate with the computer and I will be able to do a whole lot of things using the computer. So now the other experience there. The other experience partner in the area of research. This course don't enable we be able to do research now in a working place. If there's any problem in our working place, you'll be able to use the knowledge of research, then you find out about the problem, then you'll be able to also come up with a solution. So that are the other experience we get.
According to the MSF country representative na Salon, Samuel Theodore say they go continue for give support to the health sector in the country, except for train more well-body workmen them. We go help push development go before na Salon. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Alex Lawrence Koroma, the report.
We continue the program. Good morning, Salon. 7:41 at the time for my studio clock. We come to the studio guest and look back at the Ebola sick we be between 2014 and 2016. We get serious impact on the region. Now, INSAI, according to WHO, they able record over 28,000 cases them and more than 10,000 people them die. We inside they include health workers. Well, for Salon, now about 14,000 confirmed cases be there. INSAI over 3,000 people then die. Inside 2015, the Salon audit report they talk about mismanagement and possible loss of funds. They been there for the Ebola response, and according to the same audit report, this will lead to reduction in the quality service delivery in the health sector. Where they claim here, inside 2018, government transition reports also be adopted as official position. Also inside 2017, two Ebola survivor them, we and the Altuna healthcare worker them and the Center for Accountability and Rule of Law file lawsuits against government of Salon before the ECOWAS court. Both sides then claim say they mismanage the Ebola things that we become for the Ebola people. Well, the Sierra Leone Association of Ebola Survivor, now the umbrella organization for the one that we get the Ebola. Inside July 2018, government of Salon be informed the ECOWAS court say the application when they file they want for settle them out of court. But this inside November 2019, we see another change. Also, governments don't challenge this matter. Well, governments go appear in a court, na the ECOWAS court February 6 this year. And for can't tell we more about this, we want for welcome again Ibrahim Tommy. Now, one of the plaintiff them with the two Ebola survivor them, we care the matter go court. According to that brief, into the Usi government at one point they say they want to settle this matter out of court, make it not continue. But on the other hand, we see the Attorney General and Minister of Justice don't go challenge this matter. So take me through waiting the happy now.
Thank you very much, Asma, and thanks for that excellent introduction. Yes, it is true that after we get a change in administration in April 2018, the new administration set up a transition team for put together a report. That GTT report, as you can call them, make a number of recommendations. One of the recommendations not that this new administration not for defend the suit where we file against the government of Sierra Leone because they think say there is need for let the government resolve this out of court. That GTT report, remember, and listeners, ask my listeners now, remember, not to only financial issues it cover. In fact, NIME could get the commissions of inquiry, right? NIME could get other government decisions and they flow from that recommendation, that GTT report and the recommendations. Government specifically, the president signed that report and adopt 100%. I mean 100% the recommendations in the GTT report. Government don't follow through on perhaps less than 10% of the recommendations. One of them are the commissions of inquiry. We be the hope, and not only hope, based on that recommendation, the government of Sierra Leone, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice in office, write 2 letters to the ECOWAS court and to we young lawyers saying that the government want to resolve this out of court. Because of that, we lawyers and travel now free turnout twice in April and May of 2019. So we don't hope so now we make progress. Unfortunately, the Office of the Attorney General, in particular the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, make little or no effort for make sure say they follow through on the government, the president in your commitment. Remember, the president adopted this report and say we go do everything within inside this report. Now, fast forward, in November 2019, the government don't file a defense, essentially challenging the case. So it's 2 things. First, we feel very disappointed because it's about time and resources. I mean, when the government says one thing and does completely another thing, it raises questions about would I for trust. because we don't use funds, we don't waste the Ebola survivors in time. With the plaintiffs, for don't let forget justice long before now. They kept assuring us that we'll resolve this out of court. Our lawyers traveled there 2 term. Little or no commitment has been shown, and on top of that, now they don't file. So, which is why we are back in court, as you say, on the 6th, for make a number of applications. But I will talk about the applications. Yes, Khadija.
As you say, una feel disappointed because not only get negotiations, government forget out of court settlement, and the government their own defense when they put up now that as a government all measures be there in place during the time where the Ebola outbreak been there na the country, but as a result of negligence from the people them, now it make the many people them wey lost their life be happen during the Ebola. That na the defense of the government. Waiting here for be una own defense as lawyers, una lawyers them they appear on Thursday.
No, when by the way, when they appear on Thursday, we probably not go into not to the merits of the case to go argue. We get a number of applications, and perhaps let's talk about the applications and quickly. Remember, a few months ago, the Association of Ebola Survivors then being.
Before you talk about that application, they just take me to the merits. No matter in this.
No, it matter definitely. Okay. We'll forget the merit hearing. In other words, we'll go argue on the substantive issues that will come with against the government of Salone. But for this one, they go on the 6th. We just want to go make a number of applications. One, we want to let they add the Association of Ebola Survivors to the suit. Remember, we don't apply, but we apply back then. The government go argue, say, Ebola Association of Ebola Survivors, not to a corporate body, then not to a juristic person. In other words, they not go get the power for sue or be sued.
They don't
now,
register
yes,
now.
they don't register now as a corporate entity. So we are renewing that application. The other application they make now that we want to let the court move. Come sit down at Freetown. So on the question of merit hearing, one let the court move and come sit down at Freetown. Let we get the merit hearing. Let the people of Salone see what's in our arguments. The third application that I want some witnesses, because we have expert witnesses. I mean, we didn't just run to court, Khadija. Remember, this thing happened. Ebola happened in 2014. We get the first Auditor General report in 2015. There was a PAC report, and let's keep this in mind. Not to Auditor General report, no more run to we court. The Public Accounts Committee of Parliament sat and adopt almost 100% the findings of the Auditor General. So we have all of that. But in addition to that, we have worked with experts, accounting experts, epidemiological experts. We get people like that for Kana court. So don't go make applications. Say, look, some other witnesses. And let Kana Freetown, plus Ebola survivors, and let them be part of the case. Look, can you read?
Then the things the way they refer to as maybe when I get for use them as evidence in any area being point out, say not all negligence from the people them be make then life they are lost, because that's not the argument of the government now.
When we get to that stage, we will cross it. But at this stage, what we're saying is, I mean, government of Salone don't file in defense, by the way. They don't file in defense, and me, I'm not properly positioned for can comment on the defense. Where we're gonna call, they will comment on them. But what we are saying at this point, Khadija, is if a government don't say, listen, this is our position on this, and therefore then write to the court. And remember, not to number they write to, they wrote a letter to the court saying, when I stay action law resolve this. We as plaintiffs and we lawyers them show commitment. We had our lawyers travel from Abuja and Banjul twice for Kanaya and meet with the office of the Attorney General. Unfortunately, we will not see that commitment, we will not see that leadership, I will not see any show of really interest in providing justice to the plaintiffs in this matter. And I feel disappointed, not only because of the amount of resources we don't spend on this, but really because we've just we don't deny them plaintiffs their justice, because as we can always say, justice delayed is justice denied. If they're not, we don't indicate to the one for resolve this out of court, long till they don't get merits hearing, and by now perhaps now judgment would they wait for. That is how bad it has been.
So the issue about government challenging the issue, I mean, are they right? Because when I carry the government of Salone go court. So if then say now after they don't write that letter for say they want for do out of court settlement, they look into the matter and say no, this case not the it wrong for me. They also challenge the matter.
No, it's not wrong for let you. In fact, when we went to court, we want let the government of Salone defend we. Now that make na court to go. When you go, we one person go, the other person get right for go respond. But when you don't come as a government, my assumption And the presumption is when you can't say with the result this out of court to no one for defend this action, the presumption is that you don't look at the full picture, and you have come to a considered, you have a considered opinion, and don't conclude say we will not be able to defend this, so let we resolve. Now, when you don't say that to the court, remember this is a court. They didn't just indicate that to us, but also to the court, and then go a few months later, after wasting the court's time, after wasting the plaintiff's time, after all resources so don't spend, that you make 360 degrees and come back and file a defense. I mean, whose message do they send really as a government of Sierra Leone? That is how bad it is.
Although you they sound frustrated now as one of the plaintiff them, but another school of thought again they say government are continuity, yes, where President Bio in government may assume office, then go over the case and decide say okay, want out of court settlement again, then come back and say no, would they go make a defense at the ECOWAS court after where they don't see them, look inside the case and say the government of Salono gets any case for answer, or we go maybe lead them for pay some damages later.
No, before we get to paying damages, I think what $2 million they talk about. By the way, we were going to court in December 2017. We not go against, and let me say this, we not go against a particular administration or a political party. It's the government of Sierra Leone. Because in fact, if you look at
I make us say government I continue.
So if you look at your case, I understand. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to let you get this done. Now continuity. Now government of Salo, we not know, we not care about would that be the day, would that not be the day. The issues then we'll go for let the court here and the relief for they ask for, not get nothing for do with one administration or one party. We they look at a number of things them we get for do, no matter which government in power. We want, for example, let them do a full-scale review of some laws them, with budgeting and procurement and accounting laws them. One medical support to the Ebola survivors. One social counseling support. That will reduce stigma. It not get nothing for do with government. Now, back to your point. If government gets a defense against this case, great. We know they say government not go defend. We are saying if you don't come and make more or less an undertaking that they resolve this. Okay, if we come at the table, Khadija, we all show commitment. In the end, we're not able to resolve. That's fine. But we come twice. We not see that leadership as they say. We not see that commitment. So why you go say one thing and do completely different thing? That's our gripe. But by the way, we have a strong case. Remember, now we go court, and it took us at least 2 years putting together with evidence, looking for expert witnesses. We don't file a solid case. We have no doubt about the strength of the case, and not to really about whether we're disappointed that government they go defend. No. That's not the point. It's just the fact that they don't waste your time. They don't waste the plaintiffs and time, and we don't spend so much resources which could have otherwise been spent on something else. And now can't tell you say no, they can't defend. That's our disappointment.
Continue for the between the program. In name na Ibrahim Tommy, in the executive director for Center for the Accountability and Rule of Law, CAL, as then one of the plaintiff them we been take the Salon government and the ECOWAS court for Seka the Ebola sick we been in the country. Was plenty of people that lost their life. Can't believe say government not been do the right thing that we make them people have been lost their life.
Right, we continue with the program. 7:54 now the time for most studio clock, and we go to other issues. Last week we see Usai the cutting tree be catch fire. These people be they talk say na posting go lights the cutting tree. Well, according to the mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya, he say not to posting go lights the fire that same day, but according to three experts them we don't do assessments on this cutting tree. They say now one Christmas be lights fire last year we still be the bone inside the tick. Well, Yvonne Akisoya talk more to Kabia.
The fire force can for do the investigation. We're not going to report day 8, but the fire have been Thursday night, and on Friday, I invite Professor Abdul Karim of the Boston Department of Public College, and I call Deputy Minister Sam King Brimer for INSAI send specialists from the Forestry Division for make we go look the tree on Friday morning. And when we look the tree, then 2 specialists and the theory we them and get one of the things that we then say the forestry man, Dogba Nyaka, where he say the root of tree can be born under you don't know. When we look around, we don't see like anything, like say fire starts, we just see some of the ambers, the charcoal, the leftover of the fire. But with the point where it where I think say make a lot of sense, is say the last fire, they may believe say, but the understanding that being Chris man, nine light the fire. Because that tree, it gets...
This fire will happen Thursday?
No, this is the one last year. The thing where INSAI, it say fire cannot hot. You feel to say the hot, but it is born under the roots. Then when the weather very, very dry, it can just spark. So now that's now be one of the things that we say now possible cause of the fire. We kind of like tally with waiting the Met Police then say, because the Met Police when they're on duty, say because then they between the cotton tree and the Taylor Cummings garden, it say him go na the tree, he look the tree, everything was fine. It turn he go na Taylor Cummings garden. It say not take 5 seconds wait turn back, you see the fire. So to that point where the forestry guys say, is if fire can they under you don't know, it burn small, that's smoldering. Then when the place dry, so something happen. Like when we can hear them forest fires them, we don't see so many terrible fires all over Australia and waiting. So that was one of the theories.
Apart from on a security we been there around, they were saying go watch the tree be safe. Not saying be safe. Rumor they go around saying that somebody go light the fire. If
person get a rumor, they go find for we see the evidence. Nobody know able. I mean, we don't hear all kind of things. People then say sheep been crying at the tree the night before. All of these things, evidence no they from. But waiting really important and waiting make us so pleased. Now the fact say when 2 specialists then come, then do them preliminary assessment, and the professor they go back on Monday within team for go do more assessment. But the good news, and then the forestry department, then they call for a specialist, a tree surgeon, a tree doctor, way based in Agola Forest, way for come, instead for can do some more assessment. But the good news where we then look and we then show me, they say me look. They show me all different sides. Inside the tree, the damage not extensive. They show me, they say this is not rot. The tree been get bacteria, already. That's the need for be treated. Then on the outside, like where you see the tree in Kanda, you see underneath fresh green day. So you see the tree they alive, the tree still grow. The tree actually secure. When people they talk say go for 90 minutes now. No. That tree is secure, and the specialists they don't come, they don't get any concern. Say the tree about for them or he pose a threat. No, not at all. Then they talk about for put fresh soil inside that whole day.
Rumor they go around say them for cut the take because God don't vex for everybody get on traditional belief. So can't you get any plan for cut this thing?
None at all. So you see then rumor then day and then belief then day. It go finally people and show we the evidence. Myself on this social media say the tree get witch. What's on the basis of the entire remark there? And I don't even understand. The tree gets so much value from a tourism perspective, from a historical perspective. This not tree we don't stand for over 200 years. Not till we be able for sell, in terms of waiting at Freetown, the symbol of Freetown. Now the cotton tree. You so many visitors when they come at Freetown, they want to go see the cotton tree. Now an attraction, like where Paris get the Eiffel Tower, like where Zimbabwe get Victoria Falls. This now we own.
How best council go protect the country like in the area of security? Yeah. Because for the last time we fire been be there, we make this fire be the born on that thing fire catch the back now because Chris man go there and go lights fire. So how the security of the tea.
Okay, so even that one day we don't see Chris man, even when I go there the day after when it been bright until the net they able to see. We see somebody don't chook then dirty, they don't get a dirty in a bag, then chook around the tree. So definitely you get, Christmas and they go around. And so as the cotton tree, at the moment how we design, it not get like anything with a fence. Yes, you get a tile around, but anybody can step up and step into them. So straight away, yesterday, we engaged an architect. We work with you already. We ask them for do pro bono work for let them design a scheme. We go get railing. But the concept now for let we freshen up the surrounding and at the same time put in a railing. We go get like the the iron, the black one we can use for them fence. We get a sharp top. We possibly it go difficult. They go get small gate. We go padlock.
So cancel the cut.
We don't get no intention for cut the tree.
Well, that's now Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor for Freetown. They talked to reporter in Nokabia, but waiting because they caused the fire last week, Nakotin tree. Waiting council they do now for protect the tree. We continue the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. 8 o'clock now the time for my studio clock. We go for the short break.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office like you not get the account number. Buy Ed-Salite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You no need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
We continue with the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. The time for my studio clock now 2 minutes past the hour, 8 o'clock, and we still get Ibrahim Tommy, the executive director for CAL, where then one of the plaintiff them now the case where the Salon government get against the Ebola survivor, they were CAL and then partner them being Kergo na the ECOWAS court inside last year. And Thursday, February 6th this year, CAL then lawyer them, they go na the ECOWAS court. As the Salon government, they go na court again for go make their own argument. Mr. Tommy, let we can now to the Ebola survivor them, where we want for be part of this case, but they not be register it, and now they don't register. We go see who side the lawyer, lawyer Yasmin Justus Sheriff will go put a own application at court, and how soon the application will take na the ECOWAS court for let them become party to this case.
Well, that very day they don't file the applications. That very day, hopefully they go make the application. Enough for take long. Depending on the government in this position, they can make a ruling on that same day, as a matter of fact. But if they reserve ruling, we know the express it would take more than a week even for make that decision. Because keep in mind there is a substantive case. Then just one can be added as a party. Then perhaps then will get a few thing that we then go and ask of the court. So we're not expecting for take long. It's possible to then go grant the order that same day, sir.
Now, lawyers them they left Freetown now for go na Abuja outside the court this sit and on Thursday, and hopefully the Salon government go get a representative day for go look at some of the issues them. Most people don't know about the development them. Now new development don't happen, the government don't respond for the very first time. After we then we don't see the ones out of court settlement. Waiting on our expectation as plaintiff then.
Oh yes. First we did ask for 3 key things then. I mean, why we gonna court in the first place? We go say let the court declare because according to we evidence and waiting at the Auditor General report and the Public Accounts Committee report, the government not dedicate maximum resources, all the money the government be get for spend on Ebola, they not dedicate time, it violate the citizens' right to health. The second one of that, they say well, let the court declare say the fact say the one that will then be charged with the responsibility for response to the Ebola disease, the Ebola outbreak, not be adhered to the accounting, procurement, and principles that amount to a violation of the right to life of citizens. But most importantly not that, because of all of that, or even though all of that don't happen, government officials then fail for investigate their alleged violation. So now that declaration we want. But more than that, for specifically now for the Ebola survivors, we want the other government for take care of the medical or health needs, because as you know, Khadija, the Ebola survivors, especially the women them, all of them, but especially the women them, they face very serious health complications. But the problem, not to only saloon, but in most